Get started. Hello, hello, hello,
Yo,
everyone. Welcome back to Pillow Talk with Ricky and Adrian. We know it's the night before Thanksgiving, and everybody is probably preparing to eat really well tomorrow. We just thought that, as our normal, we get on here on Wednesday and just give a little bit of insight as far as some things that we felt that would be a great asset to everyone as far as married couples, those that want to be married, singles that are actually trying to prepare themselves for marriage at some point. So tonight we're actually going to talk about 5 vital elements of a marriage, those things that are very, very important when you're thinking of marriage and contemplating getting married. Those 5 elements. Well, actually, it's 5 or 6 elements. Actually, is what we came up with. Hello, everyone. Thanks for coming in and joining us tonight. Share this video to your friends. Tag people that you think that would actually get some some benefit out of this particular video. But we're going to talk about 5 to 6 vital elements of a marriage. When we start to think about vital elements, I started healthcare has always been one of my things. So it's like when I think about vital, you talk about vital signs, and those are the things of your body that actually are essential. They actually is what keeps us going. Without these things, then it wouldn't be no us. We wouldn't walk, we wouldn't talk, we wouldn't live. So when I think about those things, I start thinking about your heart, your liver, your kidneys, your spleen. Those types of things is what are the vital signs that they take whenever you go into a hospital or you go into a doctor's office. Those are your vital signs that they're looking to see what your lungs, what your respiration is, how you're breathing, that type of thing. When you start talking about vitals. So when I thought about that, I started saying, okay, well, what's vital in a marriage? So when we looked at it, we were talking about the first vital, one of the first things that we looked at as far as being a vital element of a marriage is privacy. Privacy in your home, privacy between you and your spouse, privacy between you and your significant other. Would you agree, Ricky?
yeah, if that's what we was talking about.
You trying to be funny tonight.
Yeah, privacy, man. It's very important. It's about like one of those things, when you was growing up and your parents say, "Hey, don't let nobody know what's going on in my house," or this or that. But
Right.
yeah, privacy is key. We say privacy because you can confide in different people, and they're only going to be able to answer or give you advice through their experience, and their experience might not be a good experience. So yeah, privacy is one of them, man. I mean, it's a great thing that not letting your family. That's one of the mistakes that we also made. I know I did, putting your family in your business and different things like that, and that's one of the biggest mistakes you can make. Period. Privacy is like number one.
I think that we both, as far as like looking for someone to confide in, to talk to, sometimes, you can kind of get on each other's nerves, or one or the other can do something to you that you don't feel as though is right. And, if you've got that sister or that brother or whatever that you're really close to, you'll call them up or whatever, and you'll go and you'll confide in them to tell them, not so much that you're trying to really hurt your spouse or hurt your loved one. It's just that you're at that point, you're looking for someone to confide in. And that's where that privacy kind of starts to dwindle down, because what we don't understand is, and what we don't think about is the fact that when we actually go and we confide in that other person, rather it's a sister, brother, close friend, whoever it is, that they're, you'll go home and you'll make it right, and you guys are get back on track, and then that other person is looking at your spouse or your significant other, and they're remembering what you told them or what went down or what happened. So that's why we have to be careful as far as when we're sharing things and we're allowing other people to come into our homes and come into our relationships, because, and like my husband said, they'll give you advice that is maybe good for them, but it's not so much as good for you. That's maybe not something that you need to do as far as in your relationship, in your home. So that's a big thing as far as just keeping privacy and not allowing other people to come inside. That's family, friends, or just a neighbor. If you feel like you're close to a neighbor, a friend, or whoever it is, it's just not a good idea.
Number 2.
The second thing is transparency. Transparency, you want to be as open as you can, as you possibly can. You want to lay all your cards on the table when it comes down to you and your spouse. There should be absolutely no secrets. Now, we understand that there's things that that may have happened in your past that, you don't just remember everything, and you don't sit down and just go from step 1 and remember everything that has transpired in your life. But as far as in your relationship, you want to be transparent. You want to be open. You want to be honest. That way there's no little cracks and crevices as far as allowing the enemy to come in and get into things and allow, that separation between you and your spouse.
I will say this, man, and transparency, man, when we're speaking on being open and stuff like that, I don't think nobody has a heaven or a hell to put anybody in. Therefore, if your spouse is being transparent, if it's being open, don't hold their feet to the fire, man. Don't make them seem or feel like, hey, I can't tell you. I'm not gonna tell you nothing else. I can't do that. Don't make them feel as though, like I said, that they want to. I rather keep this, to myself rather than to speak to my spouse or whatever about it, because they may not can handle it, or or they're gonna go tell somebody or what else. When you say transparency, make sure that you have that relationship where, hey, I can't non-judgmental, basically.
Right. What do you think that I've done that you may have felt as though that I can't tell her that?
Do it now?
Do you feel like there's something that you felt like, okay, I couldn't tell her that at some point? Whatever it may be, was it something that you felt as though I may not be able to tell her that she's not going to handle that very well?
I would say, great example. We were talking about the past, and I'm trying to say this for that person want. Anywho, I was in a situation where I went to a female's house, and this female ran across the room naked. I didn't say anything then, but later on, here it is, years or whatever later, I spoke on it. In the midst of me speaking on it, I had to kind of watch my wife, because she was grabbing, looking at knives, and she was looking at my pistols and stuff like that. And I was saying to my sister, baby, I'm sorry. What I do? You know what I mean? Me personally, you know what I'm saying? I'm a very open person, and what comes up comes out, in a sense. But it's certain things that that's with any man. If you make them, I mean, feel that way, they'll rather hold it inside. You know, hey, we'll just chop this one up. I ain't gonna speak on that. I ain't gonna speak on this. And that's what that is.
Well, I'll say that I have a shopping problem. I have a serious shopping problem, and I think that a lot of it comes from I get stressed and I shop. So there's been things where I would hide in my trunk or slide in the house whenever he wasn't here, or I didn't think he was looking. I would slide it in because he would fuss so much about me shopping. So that's one of the things that I can, honestly, off the top of my head, be like, okay. So I started to kind of just like get to a point where I'm like, try to talk him, be sweet about it. Even though I know I've shopped again, I just kind of try to be sweet about it. And like, babe, it's just...
Lie.
Wait, no, I mean, like, I was stressed out. I be trying to tell him I'm stressed out.
Lie. Let me tell you how she'll do it. She'll buy something, and then she'll turn around and she'll buy me something.
But that's me being sweet about it too, though.
No, that's just trying to soften the blow. Like, baby, I got this. Then, you know what I'm saying? There's another thing. I got this for you, though. You know what I mean? That's just what that is, that's how that goes, man.
Oh, God.
It's just kind of like softening the blow. She went shopping and bought all types of stuff. And I knew what time it was, and I knew, that's what she had did. So I kind of made her feel bad. Like, babe, I sure do need my shotgun off that way.
Yeah.
Because, mine, my pistols was stolen, taken from me. Anywho, we'll leave that alone. But, yeah, I kind of made her feel bad. Like, I need my shotgun, man. Mm-hmm. But, that's usually how that goes. Men, if you getting these unexpected presents and stuff like that, she probably got a Bentley in the driveway or something. and women, if you're getting these unexpected presents, not all the time. Not all the time, but
not all the time, because sometimes I just go out and I'm looking and I shop. I shop for him and my son. I'll just buy them some stuff that I feel like that I want them to have. So it's not all the time that there's something behind it. Sometimes it just is what it is. Mm-hmm. That just happens like that. The next thing that we came up with, number 3, is actually communication. Communication is a powerful, powerful tool. I think that it's not only in marriage, but in life in general, in any type of relationship that you have. I think that communication is so powerful. And in communicating, you can communicate in so many different ways. And unfortunately, today, the way technology is set up, technology allows us to text, or it allows us to send an email, or it allows, to get out of actually talking face to face. And in that way, you don't get a person's facial expression, you don't get a person's body posture, change, movement, any of that type of stuff. So you really don't know where that person is if you're communicating through text message or through an email. When
you're communicating through text message or email, I think that's kind of like the worst form of communication, simply because I can be saying something and mean nothing from it, but you could be in a bad mood and you could take that the wrong way. Me personally, the experience that I had for the last job that I had, and playing in these streets, communication to me is everything. Your body language, your posture, your smile. You ever heard that saying that your handshake ain't matching your smile? I look at everything. Communication on our end was a very, 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 and it has just gotten to the point that we can actually communicate without screaming at the top of our lungs,
right.
or or
Right.
it turned into a thing where I go to the couch, I sleep on the couch, and I
Right.
leave it alone. I don't want to say, you ain't got to say nothing to me for days on end, the whole
Right.
nine.
Right.
Communication, man, is important, but at the same time, within communication, you have to actually be able to compromise or, meet that person in the middle in a sense,
Correct.
man, like on both ends.
Correct.
That says a lot. It's not just you voicing, your opinion or your wants or your needs or whatever you got going on. You have to step on both sides of the fence, man, and look at that thing on both ends, man.
Right.
That's one of the main things. I don't like to be talked down to or talked at, in a sense, like I'm 3 or 2 or anything like that. That's just not me, man. We can talk about anything, but at the same time, I do expect people to know and actually look at both sides of the fence. Look at how I view things. Look at how you view things. Then let's find some common ground there.
Right. And that's one of the things I'll admit and say that I had an issue with. Whenever I talk, I'm aggressive. It's like I'm aggressive. Like whenever I'm talking about something that I'm passionate about, it comes off as though it's aggressive. Like I'm just like I'm yelling. Like I have to, like we've been married 18 years, and it's like you said, we're just getting to a point where we can kind of watch how we're saying things and how we're doing things and how we're moving in communicating and trying to see each other's point of view. And I not only did that with him, but I did it with our son. I would do it with other people. Like I would just be like I was growling literally because I was passionate about a thing.
She was very loud. She's
Yeah.
very loud, and
Yeah.
I'm the type of person, man. I had a rough type of childhood. I was yelled at a lot. I you know what I'm saying. I don't like that. That's one of them things. I know y'all just felt that little stutter I just did. That's something I don't like. Period. Like to be yelled at, or to be talked about down. I don't like that. It's something like a sense of and that's on both ends. The male, yelling at the female. That's something that does need to be, man. You can accomplish a lot of things, man, when you come soft spoken, and it's all how you lead up to a conversation or how you lead. You can accomplish a lot of things, but hey, baby, can I talk to you for a second?
Right.
It's something that's really bothering me, and will you be able to, it's a lot of different things that you can accomplish anything that you really are trying to get across. Any point you're trying to get across is your delivery.
Right. That is true. That's true. And we're learning that, and Erica's like, it's important. Listening is as important as well, and it is, Erica. But we're learning so many different elements as a female, as a woman. I'm learning how to pull my guard down and trust the fact that he's not. I'm trying to learn this. I'm praying about this as I'm constantly trying to learn that he's not trying to say anything that's going to hurt me or that's trying to belittle me, but just he's speaking from his heart. And sometimes we have to see the other person's point of view as well, like he said, And I was always one of those type of independent type of females. So it was like and that's one of the things that we want to talk about as well at some point, as far as like when you're real independent and when you feel like that you've got it and you don't have to listen to your spouse as submission. That's something that at some point that I do want to touch bases on. But communicating is so powerful. It really, really is in all aspects. And I'm learning how to communicate. I'm learning, like a lot of time we feel like we're communicating because we're talking. You're just talking. But what you're doing is you're playing, hot seat where you said something. Let me jump in. And I wasn't listening to anything you said. I hear you talking, but I wasn't truly listening to you. so that we can get some resolve and so that we can understand each other. We're just basically just yelling at each other. We're basically just one get one out, another one get that one out, and then and then you're back at square one and you've got nothing accomplished.
Okay.
Nothing.
Right.
But I had one more thing to say, baby.
Oh shit. Okay.
And I was gonna actually say to as far as the ladies is concerned, one thing that I'm trying to get to a point, and I did find a couple times, like when me and my husband go to bed, like those are the times when I've got his guard down. At that point, if you know what I mean, those are the times that I could actually say things that he could take a little bit better than he possibly could take if it was just we were just walking around the house or sitting watching TV or whatever. Those are the times that I could actually get some of my other stuff out that I wanted to say that I didn't feel like.
What she trying to say is, when she had that see-through thing on, or them lace panties, or them whatever, then hell, I listen to whatever you gotta say. I mean, you can talk to me about anything. It's a way of doing things,
right. Right.
Now, I might forget what you talking about, you know what I'm saying, and just agree with whatever, whatever.
I've been seducing him, Erica.
But hey, yeah,
but he's all for it though. He's all for
it. It's all Gucci, but at the same time, I do stand my ground at some time, no matter what she got on.
He does that, for a little while, but then he comes down. He comes back to reality, and he'll get on my side, So, we're learning that, and that's so key and so important. Understanding is another one that we discussed and we talked about, as far as understanding, trying to understand. Some things, if we haven't been there, we haven't been in that predicament or those shoes of that person, it's hard to understand where they're coming from. Like me, I'm one where I'll be honest with you. I'll give you a couple chances, and I feel like I love hard. That's in friendship, that's in anything. And if I give you a couple chances and you keep like walking over me or like just dismissing me or treating my friendship like it's nothing, then I will dismiss you. And I won't think about it. It's just one of those things. My husband is a little different.
I'm totally different, man.
Yeah.
I'm real forgiving. I understand that everybody makes mistakes. I understand that everybody do not remain the same person throughout the course of their life. That's just how I was raised. I will, give you chance and a chance again. You're just not gonna keep burning me with the same thing. But at the same time, I'm a loving person that, I'm just totally different than that. If a person say, "Hey man, forgive me, man, I was wrong," hey, cool, that's what it is, and let's keep it moving. I'm the Christian in the family.
No. Wait, hold on. Let's get that fixed. I am a Christian. But the thing about it is, and we have two different looks of this, as far as will forgive you. It's not a thing about not forgiving. It's about I forgive you, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to stick my head in that lion's mouth again. I'm not going to keep putting my head out there or my hand out there for someone to keep chopping it off. So there's a line of understanding that I have. I love you, but you can stay over on that side of town as far as where I'm concerned. That's just the way I see it. Doesn't mean that I hate you.
I love
you, Erica. But I love you. I appreciate you, but you have to stay over there because, when your person show you who they are, I believe them. And
I believe them too, man.
Yeah.
I believe them too. I'm just, I don't know if it's just my bloodline or what. I'm just not, I don't want to use the word scary or in the sense, I don't want to use that word, but yeah, I believe who you, if you're telling me that's who you are, yeah, but I do believe people change. Next question. Next thing.
Well, the next one is trust. Trust in any relationship, especially in a marriage. I look at trust as being one of those things. If you can't trust a person, then it's really no true. What would you say, babe?
Do what?
If you can't trust, then what would you say?
Excuse me, sir. What now?
If you cannot trust, then what do you feel about that? When
If you
saying
can't
that,
trust a person?
yeah, you can't trust a person, then what?
I mean, if you can't trust them, you can't trust them. I mean, you know, it is what it is. I mean, you can't trust them, you can't trust them. I mean, ain't no way around it, man.
Yeah, trust is one of those things that I feel like that it comes in a lot of ways. When you talk about trust, most people go to the whole thing of,
I do what
you
I
know,
do, Erica. You know, I be doing what I be doing.
when you talk about trust, people automatically go to a cheating or, you know, things like that when you start talking about trust. But trust can be in a lot of different ways. You know, you can look at it from a lot of different perspectives. Can you trust the fact that, you know, as far as financially, or can you trust the fact of
They gonna have
just
your
being...
back. I'm gonna tell y'all a story. I'm sorry, baby.
Go ahead, baby.
I'm gonna tell y'all a story, man. One night, I was in the living room and I seen some lights flash in the in my living room, the window or whatever. I get up, you know, it was late 30, whatever it was. I get up and I see like 5 or 6 dudes jumping out the car. So at this time, you know, I seen them go to a house where it was a elderly Caucasian woman staying there. So I was like, okay, I know something's up with this. So I like, oh, they robbing. I go back in, you know what I'm saying? I tell my wife, like, baby, they robbing out here. I grab my peacemaker and I go outside. When I turn around, you know, I encountered the dude outside. Things happen outside, but when I turn around, I see my old lady here, and she got 2 guns in her hand. You know what I'm saying? She got 2 guns in her hand, and I was so proud, you know what I'm saying, to a sense that I was like, oh, Junk, I got a rider. You know what I'm saying? But it was just another sense of knowing that this person got my back, and she gonna ride like, you know, she gonna ride.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not like the only situation that has been encountered. So I know I got a rider.
Right. Yeah. I mean, if it come down to it, we going all in. You know, that's just the way it is. We going all in. We have our moments. I'm sure I get on his nerve. He gets on mine. But at the end of the day, we ain't asking no questions.
Yeah.
You know, we just gonna be there. Quick.
Why you slapping on? Put your hand on me. Y'all press charges.
Pay him no attention.
Don't do that.
Pay him no attention.
Y'all press charges.
Okay, baby. All right. So humility is number 5.
Jermaine on here too, and Jermaine is a police. You seen it?
Oh,
that's my boy right there.
Please.
You seen it? Assault.
Lord have mercy. Okay, so humility is the next one. Humility is one of the ones. Is number 5. The vital elements. Humility. We have to stay humble, guys. We have to stay humble. We can't feel like that one is better than the other. You know, we can't get so caught up in ourselves that we forget about the other person. It's about denying yourself in a lot of different ways, a whole lot of different ways. You know, you have to forget about yourself. Sometimes we can be so into self. And the thing about it is, truth be told is I sometimes talk about this as far as when you're a baby or you watch a baby and you can give that baby something and you say, well, give mama or daddy some of it out and mine. So we come in this world really selfish. So we have to really get to a point where we love that other person enough that it's like we say, okay, it's not just about me. It's about us, or it's about the other person at that point, and not feeling so like it's just, like I said, all about you, right?
That's right.
Okay. So what's the last one, baby?
Last one, respect.
Respect. We have to respect one another. We have to treat one another the way we would want to be treated, like we want somebody else to treat us. You know, we can't be disrespecting each other, treating each other any type of way, right?
Yeah, why you look at me when you say that?
I just looked over at you, babe. I just
I'm
looking
just
for you
making
to
sure.
to chime in with me and talk about the
Yeah.
last one.
Yeah, you gotta treat each other, right.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, respect, show respect and all,
In all ways. And we also, I was reading this particular book about, love languages. And sometimes we have to really sit down and really study our mate and to try to figure out what the other person needs. Because we all have some sort of love language of what we're expecting or what we're desiring from our spouse or, the opposite, our party that we're with, rather it's in marriage, like I said, or in just relationship. We have to figure out what the other one needs. It's like what did I call you, baby? You my sexual chocolate. This is my sexual chocolate. I find little nicknames and things that I see that makes him like smile. His dimples get really, really deep, and I know that he's like really feeling it. So those are the things that I chime in on. I try to figure out those little things about him that he really, really likes. The things that he
How about Mandingo Warrior? I would love if you call me Mandingo Warrior from now on.
He's also Poppy, right?
I'm Poppy some
He's
days.
Poppy some days. So yeah, so we find those things he likes. He likes as far as affirmation. He loves affirmation. He loves for me to say things about him that I love, or I
Let me give y'all a secret, man. Women, if you have the power to tell I always say this, women, you have that power to tell your mate that you can boost his head up to a point where you can say, baby, I believe you can go out there and pull up that tree. Mm-hmm. And you'll find out that, you know what I'm saying, if in the manner in which you do it, and the manner in which you know what I'm saying, you relay that to him, and the time in which you relay, if everything fits, you'll see that man outside trying to pull up that tree. Done broke his back. He done broke all the tools in the shed. He gonna try to pull up that tree, you know what I'm saying, to actually, show you that, hey, yeah, my baby's, and then he gonna start walking fun. He gonna start walking like this. You know what I mean? Because you done amped them up. So, with that being said, women, y'all have a lot of power, man, and it's the way that you utilize it, which is important.
Right.
And with that being said, man,
well, the Bible even talks about, I'll say this last thing, is the Bible talks about a woman builds her house with her hands. And then either we can build it or we can completely tear it down. And I think that we can tear it down, not just, yes, with our hands, but with what comes out of our mouths. We can also, not only can we lift them up and cause them to feel like that they can go out and pull that tree up from the root, or we can actually pull them down and we can make them feel like that they're absolutely nothing, like they're not needed, like they're not desired. And
it's like one of those situations where, y'all doing your thing or whatever, and you feel like you done done your thing, and that joker say, "Is that it? Is that all?" You know what I'm saying? So it go. Hey,
we don't want them to feel like that. Yeah. Definitely not. But we have the tools, ladies. We have the tools, and it literally, I know it may seem like, oh, it's not fair, but it starts with us. If we give them what they need, I have found this to be true. If whenever I give my husband what he needs, then he gives me everything that I need.
There it is.
He gives it to me, so that's just the way. What? He's timing me, guys. He's timing me. I know you guys are working on your Thanksgiving and you're probably enjoying your family. We really appreciate you guys logging in and listening to us tonight.
Hey, like and share this, man.
Like and share this video for us.
Share. And we love y'all.
Love you.
Happy Thanksgiving. If y'all giving away free food tomorrow, y'all holler at your boy. Okay. Y'all hit me up in the inbox. Hey, oh yeah, and we appreciate all the ones that, hit us up in the inbox and, and tell us that we're doing a good job or We appreciate all the shout outs, everything, man. We appreciate that. And we love y'all,
and
man.
if you guys have any questions, you can also shoot us questions as well in the inbox.
Yeah, we won't call you out. We will answer your question, though. Hey, like and share the video, man. Hey, and save some. If y'all giving away free food, holla at your boy now. Holla at your boy tomorrow. Don't y'all be stingy. Don't be stingy now.
Y'all tune in. My husband and my son, they will be on next Monday at around 6:30 to 7. Father and son video. They're starting that. We think that it'll be a great opportunity for dads and sons with your children to learn different things and to be able to have some insight as far as how kids see things with their parents and what they go through, and just being able to open up and be able to discuss those things. So y'all watch them on Monday about 6:37, and then we'll be back at you next Wednesday at 7 o'clock. Love you. Happy Thanksgiving.